and we condemn the anti-Semitism that is so pervasive today. Anti-Semitism has no place on our campus, and I am personally committed to doing everything I can to confront it directly.
Okay, a few moments ago there on the Hill, watching that opening statement, Columbia University's president testifying before the same committee that forced the resignation of 2 other Ivy League presidents. Now, 4 months later, we're back in this. And the spotlight turns squarely on the president of Columbia. David Lederer and Elisha Baker are both students at Columbia, and they join us here in studio. And gentlemen, good morning to both of you. David, get to you in a moment, okay? Normally we go this way, and then Dana goes that way. We're going to change it up a little bit. Elisha, this is what she said at the end of her statement. It is not the responsibility of Jewish people to eradicate anti-Semitism. That is a job for all of us. Do you feel that at your school?
Absolutely. I mean, anti-Semitism has been historically rampant throughout the entire world. And when Jews are left to fend for themselves, oftentimes greater powers, take hold and the Holocaust happened and kill us, and we're exiled from the places that we're supposed to be. So in America, where it's supposed to be about freedom and about liberty, and about democracy, I think it's everybody's responsibility to be fighting this as a rampant bigotry.
Just to add, Dana and I were sitting here about an hour and 15 minutes ago, and we heard some of the female students talking before the hearing began. And one of the students said the Jewish community is alone on campus. And then she said, we've had a tsunami of anti-Semitism. Is she right about that?
It's very unfortunate. She's correct. There are many cases of where students are in clubs that they felt very comfortable in pre-October 7th, were now sort of pushed out of, or due to the hostility just felt they had to leave. And these are clubs that they fully identified with, and just because of their Jewish identity, just because they supported Israel, they're pushed out of these clubs. And it's unanimous. We can't find one club that has been willing to step up for the Jewish students and pro-Israel students.
So the president of Columbia University, she's on the hot seat today. She wasn't there for that hearing in the last few months. So she maybe benefited from some time and some distance, but she maintained basically in her opening statement that because of the way she believes that the Columbia faculty administration has pushed forward, that she thinks things have been fairly at least peaceful. Do you think so?
I mean, when you call for intifada on the streets of New York, we all know what that means. That means killing Jews. When you call death to the Zionist state, there's no Jewish safe
And you
place.
think that they don't do anything to step in?
They've made a few vague statements, but so far we've seen basically no concrete actions to get the really harmful rhetoric calling for the genocide of Jews off of campus.
There was also disruption of courses. Have you seen that as well?
100%.
Inability to study?
100%. I was it's called the International Affairs Building, SJP, the Students for Justice in Palestine, held a rally in the building with megaphones, and they interrupted all the classrooms. And I asked public safety, I said, why are you guys not doing anything about this? They were there watching, and they said, there's no policy. There's no policy.
David, you encountered some of these protesters in New York. I think we've got a clip of that with the American flag included.
We're going to see what their reaction is to the American flag.
What do you think about them burning the American flag?
I love it. Burn it down. Burn it again and again and again.
What do you think about Osama bin Laden and 9/11?
He did what he did because he had to do it.
So it was justified?
I said what I said.
I watched the whole video last night. It goes on and on. A lot of those people, they have their faces covered. Why do you think that is?
Well, genuinely because I think that they know that they hold abhorrent views. I never thought I would see someone say that Osama bin Laden did what he had to do 4 blocks away from the World Trade Center. And I think that there's a reason we go without masks, because we know that we uphold truth and what we believe to be right.
Your shirt ended up catching on fire at this event?
Yeah, so I was holding an American flag. All of a sudden, somebody lit it on fire and ran away. My shirt caught on fire. Somebody yelled, "Death to America." I mean, it's so important. The American public needs to know that this is an American issue. This is not just about Israel. This is so much bigger.
Not just that, but it's a growing movement.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're trying to run back Occupy Wall Street, burning American flags. How is it possible that walking with an American flag in New York City, I'm less safe?
I'll just add that in regards to the mask question, they act with impunity. And they know that because they have a mask. When they burnt his flag and they burnt his shirt, the police wanted to file a report because property damage. They said, who did it? We said, we don't know. They're wearing a mask. They couldn't do anything. So.
David, Elisha, thank you. And thank you for being here and for being brave and courageous and saying what you believe. And there should be more people doing that as well.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Stay in
David.
touch with us, okay?
Absolutely.